Good morning everybody. Today we'll be starting the second unit, that is digital logic and data presentation. So we are on to the first session of this second chapter of mechatronics subject. So the first topic today is signals. So signal, in the sense, it conveys the information about the state of the physical system. So the physical system, in the sense whether either is it in on condition or is it in off condition, is it in a high state, is it in a low state, that is 1 or a 0. So these kind of signals will be generated. So there are two types of signals which will be generated. One is the analog signal and the other is the digital signal. We will see the analog and digital, what are the differences in this. Coming to the analog signal, these are the continuous electrical signals that will vary with time. For example, we have telephonic voice. All of you might have will be talking in phones. So this is called as an analog signal. So it will continuously vary with time. The electrical signals that are generated will be varying with time. As in the graph, you can see that the curve is the curve with respect to the time is being varied in a parabolic fashion. Okay. Coming to the advantages of analog signal are, it can be easily processed. Also the density of the signal will be higher. But the main disadvantage is, whenever we are recording any content, so there will be unwanted noise which is coming through in this analog signals. That is, the background noise and other things will be called as the unwanted noise. So coming to the applications of an analog signal, as all of you might have been seen in a thermometer, we will have the digits or the value being displayed. So that again is part of an analog signal. A normal thermometer which you will use to which you are using for finding the temperatures. Also a landline phone can be taken as an example of an analog signal. As already discussed, a telephonic voice which is being recorded is your landline phone. So you have audio tapes and video tapes also which will be giving the analog signals. Next we will move on to the what is meant by digital signals. So these are non-continuous and they change in individual steps. So whereas an analog signal was continuous, whereas your digital signals are non-continuous. That is, they will have a break. So it will consist of pulses or digits. So as shown in the sketch, you can see there are 3 rectangles. Also there are gaps in between those 3 rectangles. So a pulse with a high state or 1 is represented by 1 rectangle, and then the next, in between the next first and second, there is a low state or a 0 pulse. So in the sketch you can clearly observe the pulse 1 and pulse 0, which will state the high or the low conditions. So these are your digital signals and they tend to vary with the time. Okay. So advantages are, transmission of this transmission of the digital signals are very fast. So it is being used in computers, mobile phones and other things. So we can transfer more amount of data compared to analog signals. We can transfer more data through these digital signals. But the main disadvantage of this is, we need to have a greater bandwidth. So in order to transmit more number of data and at a shorter time, we need to have a greater bandwidth of the, and processing of this is more complex compared to the analog signals. Next we will move on to what is meant by binary coded decimal system. These binary coded decimal systems are generally used in the computers. So in this system, each decimal digit As in the table you can see you have a decimal value, binary value and binary coded value. So decimal in the sense 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So binary in the sense it should be either a 0 or a 1. It can be represented by means of 0 or 1. So binary coded decimals again will have 8 digits, whereas a binary will have 4 digits. A decimal is going to have a single one. So for example, in the below table, a decimal 0 has a binary equivalent of 0000 and a binary coded decimal of 4 zeros followed by 4 zeros. Similarly, let us take an example of a binary of a decimal 1. So when we say 1, the binary equivalent of decimal value 1 will be 0001, whereas the binary coded decimal is going to be 0000 followed by 0001. So it continues until decimal 9, wherein a decimal 9 has a binary equivalent of 1001 and a binary coded decimal of 0000 1001. As you can see from the table, the 10th decimal value has a binary equivalent of 1010. So there the binary coded decimal will change to 0001 followed by 4 zeros, and this continues. So the 10th decimal will have a binary equivalent of 1010 and a binary coded decimal of 0001 followed by 4 zeros. So the 11th one will again continue as the 11th decimal will have a binary of 1011 and binary coded decimal equivalent is 0001 followed by next of 0000, the next is 0001. So 11 will have a binary coded decimal of 0001 followed by 0001. So you can see till decimal 15 as per the table. So this type of code is generally used in inputs and outputs in the microprocessor. Next, coming to basic logic gates. Logic gates are nothing but the electronic circuits which operate on one or more inputs and performs the logical operation or the function and gives only one output. That is, it can have one or more inputs. So most of the gates will have two inputs and one output, whereas a NOT gate will have only one input and only one output. So the logical functions may be either addition or multiplication or a complement of those. So that we will see in the as we go through all of the gates. So initially to start off, I will start off with an OR gate. As you can see, the OR gate, it is basically a basic logic gate which consists of two inputs, that is A and B, and one single output, that is Y. In this gate, the logical operation is performed by adding the two inputs, which is shown in the truth table. That is y is equal to a plus b, it is shown as y is equal to a plus b. So here we are performing an addition. So OR gate is considered as a series connection of switches. Since it's an addition, we will be considering it as a series connection of switches. The Boolean expression for this OR gate, two input OR gate, is y is equal to a plus b. So all of you can look into the truth table of an OR gate. So I will run through the inputs and what would the output be. So let me consider the first case wherein the inputs are 0 and 0. Both the inputs, that is a and b, are 0. So the output y is equal to a plus b. So 0 plus 0 will give a 0. Next, let me move on to the second condition, which says 1 for input A and 0 for input B. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. The output will be 1. Coming to the third serial number, we have an input of 0 for A and an input of 1 for B. So 0 plus 1 will again yield an output of 1. Coming to the last inputs, both the inputs are of high state, that is 1 and 1. So 1 plus 1 is nothing but 1. So it is equal to 10, there is a carry, so it will end up with 1. Coming to the second gate known as AND gate. AND gate is basic logic gate which consists of two inputs A and B and one single output. In this gate, the logical operation that is performed is multiplication. So y is equal to A into B. You can see in the truth table y is equal to A dot B, or you can make it as A into B, wherein we are performing a multiplication. The AND gate is considered as a parallel connection of switches. So an AND gate will be considered as parallel connection of switches. The Boolean expression for two input AND gate is y is equal to A into B. So now let me run through the truth table. As per serial number 1, input A and B are equal to 0. As a result of which 0 into 0 is nothing but y is equal to A into B, so the output will be 0. So coming to the second input, that is input 1 given for A and input 0 given for B. So 1 into 0 is nothing but 0. The output would be 0. Coming to the third condition, wherein input A has 0 and input B has 1. So 0 into 1 is equal to 0. The output of this third condition would be 0. Now we will see when both the cases, that is when both the inputs have an high state, that is 1 and 1, 1 into 1, the output will be 1. Now we will come to the third gate, that is NOR gate. NOR gate is a basic logic gate which has got again two inputs A and B and one single output. The NOR gate is inversion of OR gate, in which the output is the complement of the OR gate. So inversion of the OR gate in the sense A plus B bar, or we can call it as complement of OR gate. Complement in the sense A plus B whole bar. So here let me run through the inputs. So when both the inputs are 0, that is A and B are equal to 0. So 0 plus 0, which is again a 0, but since it's a complement, the output is a complement of the sum, it will be, the output is going to become 1. So let us consider the second case, wherein input A has a 1, input B has a 0. So output is complement. So 1 plus 0 is nothing but 1, but it's the 1 complement is 0. So the output of this second one, where A and B are 1 and 0, the output would be 0. Coming to the third condition, when A is equal to, input A is 0 and input B is 1, again 0 plus 1 is equal to 1 actually, but its complement would be 0. So hence the output would be 0. Coming to the last condition, that is fourth one, when both the inputs are high or 1 and 1, so 1 plus 1 is 1, but its complement would be 0, hence the output of the last condition would be 0. So we have another gate known as NAND gate. NAND gate is a basic logic gate which consists of two inputs again, A and B, and one single output. So NAND gate is an inversion of an AND gate, in which the output is the complement of the AND gate. So inversion of AND gate in the sense A dot B whole bar. Okay. So Boolean expression is given by y is equal to a into b whole bar or complement of a into b. So the Boolean expression as shown in the output y is equal to a into b whole bar. So let us run through the truth table. Initial condition 1, when both the inputs are 0, so 0 into 0 is nothing but 0. But the output, since it's a complement, so 0's complement would be 1. Hence the output condition for the first case or case 1 or serial number 1 would be 1. Now let me move on to the second input, that is A has an input of 1 and B has an input of 0. So 1 into 0 would be 0. Its complement is 1. Hence the output of the second condition would be 1. Coming to the third condition, input A has a 0 and input B has a 1. So 0 into 1 is nothing but again a 0, but its complement would be 1. Hence the output of serial number 3 is 1. So the last input, when both the inputs are high, that is 1 and 1. So 1 into 1 is nothing but 1, but its complement would be a 0. Hence the output of the fourth condition would be a 0. Next, coming to the NOT gate, you can see from the sketch there is only one input and only one output. Also the truth table has only one input and only one output. So a NOT gate, we get the inversion of the given input. Say A is the input, the output would be the inversion of A. So output Y is equal to A bar. So it is also called as inverter. When high is applied, say, or let me consider the case 1 where a low is being applied to the inverter, the output would be high. So let me consider the second case wherein we are giving a high input. So since it is an inverter, output is an invert of the input, so its state will go to low. It is vice versa. So coming to the application of logic gates, where and all these logic gates are being used. So in today's world we are using it in robotics, printers, traffic signals. Yes, this traffic signals I am discussing in my next slide. Parity generators and digital comparators. So digital comparators we have to compare two words. So both should be the same. So there will be 4 AND gates used for this digital comparators. So output of an AND gate is equal to the inputs. When both the inputs are 0, the output would be 0, or when both the inputs are 1, it will be a 1. So in this case, the comparators are going to compare the two numbers, either the two of the inputs, if they are same or no. So in case one of the input changes also, this is going to have an impact on the output. The output is going to change. So we can compare number of numbers in this using logic gates. So next we will move on to the digital coded signals to set a traffic light. So how we are using these gates in order to operate the traffic lights. So as you can see in the below circuit diagram, there are 3 AND gates and 2 NOT gates. So they are arranged so that the controller sends the coded signals, digital signals, as a result of which the lights, that is red, amber and green, are going to be turned on. Let us move on to the first condition wherein the red light is going to go on. Say we are giving the signal of 0, A as 0 as well as B as 0. So once when we give a 0, the output for A is going as an input to the AND gate, first AND gate, through a NOT gate. So a 0 is being converted into 1. Again we have B also as 0, again which is going as an input to the first AND gate. So as we give both A and B 0, as it comes out through the first and second NOT gates, it is going to become 1 and 1, which is being fed as an input to the AND gate 1. So 1 into 1 for the first AND gate is 1. Hence the red light is going to get switched on. Coming to the in the same way, the second AND gate, come to the second AND gate in the sketch. So if you supply 0 for A, the input to the second AND gate would be 1. Also the second AND gate has an input from B directly. So you have a 0 which is being given to second AND gate along with the 1. So 0 into 1 is 0. Hence amber is going to be switched off or a 0 state. Coming to the AND gate 3. So it has an input from output of B. That is, since B equal to 0 passes through the NOT gate, a 1 is coming to the third AND gate. Also A has 0 which is again given as input to the third AND gate. So 0 into 1 is again 0. Hence green is going to be switched off. So this is for red light to switch on. So amber and green are in switched off state, whereas red is going to be on. So in the similar way, when we give A equal to 0 and B equal to 1 inputs, the red light is going to switch off and the green light is going to switch off and the amber is going to be highlighted or in on condition. So you can work out through the gates as I explained earlier. So AND gate 1, 2, 3 and the two NOT gates. So substituting these inputs A and B, you can switch on or switch off the lights at a time. So you have either red being switched on or amber being switched on or a green being switched on. So all the three cannot be done at a time. Each one of the light will be enabled based on the inputs. So a red light is going to switch on when both the inputs are 0. The amber light is going to switch on when A equal to 0 and B equal to 1. The green light is going to switch on when A equal to 1 and B equal to 0. I have explained only about the red light. So in the similar way, you need to work upon the amber and green light switching on conditions. So we have some multiple choice questions. I would like to just run through it. The first question says an analog signal are continuous electrical signals that vary with, that is either time, minutes or seconds or all of the above. So the answer is time. Since it varies as per the slides you might have been seeing, the graph is plotted in terms of time and not in minutes or seconds. So we will call it as time. So second one, digital signals are non-continuous, continuous, none of the above, all of the above. So as per the slides, the digital signals are non-continuous. The answer is non-continuous. So the third one is in binary coded decimal system, each decimal digit is coded into binary number, each binary number is coded to decimal digit, both or none. So the answer is A. Each decimal digit is coded into binary numbers. So fourth one, in an OR gate, y equal to A plus B, y equal to A into B, y equal to A divided by B or none of the above. The answer is y is equal to A plus B. Since it's an OR gate, it's an addition which is going to happen. So y is equal to A plus B. Fifth question, in AND gate, y is equal to A into B, y equal to A plus B, y equal to A divided by B or none of the above. Since it's an AND gate, the answer is multiplication, that is A. Y equal to A into B. Since an AND gate is being used here, we need to perform it in multiplications. Sixth one, in NOR gate, output equal to complement of sum of inputs, output is equal to complement of product of inputs, both of the above or none of the above. The answer is, since it's an OR NOR gate, so NOR gate is nothing but a complement of an OR gate. but OR gate is a sum. Hence, the answer is A. Output is equal to complement of sum of inputs. Seventh one, in NAND gate, output equal to complement of product of inputs, output equal to complement of sum of inputs, both of above or none of above. So the answer is A. Output is equal to complement of product of inputs. Since in AND gate we are using multiplication or a product, so NAND will be complement of products. Eighth one, application of logic gates, robotics, printers, traffic signals, all of the above. So since I have already explained in my previous slides, the answer would be all of the above. So I had explained one traffic signal. In the same way we have robotics as well as printers also. Thanks a lot for listening. We'll meet in the next session.